Hey guys, let's work on the homework for web tables. This is the link. So we're gonna need to print these names of the columns. Then we're gonna need to, besides the names of that, simply printing out the names: first name, last name, age, email, salary, department, action. Besides that, we're gonna need to do something else. So we're gonna need to create some kind of logic that would accept one of the name of the column, like let's say salary, or department. Let's say department, and then if we type the if we enter the department, it's gonna return the column number, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? And then print all the values for that department: insurance, compliance, and legal. So that's the task. Let's take a look first of all on the XPath for the for our headers of each of the column. Let's go ahead and click inspect. Okay, in the inspect, we're seeing that here's the div that has the first column. So let's try to get all divs, all these tags with the similar class. So I'm gonna go ahead and click here to open the crop path, and in the crop path I'm gonna go with div, and then class equals to that, right? It returns me 7 elements matching. So, and you guys can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, exactly what I'm looking for. So I'm gonna copy that to my clipboard. I'm gonna go ahead and open the IntelliJ IDEA. I already have created separate package 3 lesson 3.7. I'm gonna go ahead and create a Java class, lesson 37 or whatever. I'm gonna extend that from a base test, so we have all the necessary driver in object and browser name. If that's needed, I'm gonna create a test annotation, so my test gonna be executable: public void lesson 37, and over here I'm gonna create start working with a logic driver get, and here we're gonna use our URL. For right now, I'm gonna just add copy it from the buffer that XPath, and gonna get that web tables link and gonna paste it over here. Then after that step, I'm gonna start working on the elements, right? So I'm gonna have a list of web elements. Web element list equals driver find web elements by XPath. So my XPath is underneath here, so I'm gonna use it now. Perfect. So now I'm gonna have that web element list. I'm gonna start creating the for loop. In the for loop, I'm gonna have a web element semicolon web element list, and I will be able to print each of the element text. So assault e.get text. Perfect. So let's go ahead and run it. So hopefully I'm gonna get this first name, last name, age, email, and the rest of the column headers. So let's see, it's executing right now. My terminal is empty for now, but give it a little time, and now you guys can see that this has all the names. Okay, let's learn about the second part of the homework. So the second part of the homework, I'm gonna copy that, so we have that here. So you can implement it in different ways. So the first way, we can actually get the position of the element in this loop. So this would be probably better for performance, right? So for example, if we kind of use a different ways, different kind of loop, so just going through the 0, int I equals 0, then I less than web element list size, and then I plus plus. So this would allow us to get the identifier of the current element, right? So okay, we won't have this, but we will have that get, and then so that would be the same, right? So you can convert it back to 4, or so this would be the same, right? And even the IDEA IntelliJ, it's smart enough to convert it for us. So if I highlight this one, replace it with enhanced 4, you can do that, but I need that identifier. That's going to be our current identifier. So right, so given a heading, for example, department. Okay, so let's add that department somewhere here. String heading equals department. So if we have department, if our current element, web get element get, and then I equals to heading. So if we have that situation, right? So if we have that situation, that would mean that we are gonna need to print the I, right? So system out println, and then current position of the header plus heading plus equals to, and then plus I, right? So that's going to be our position. So let's take a look, let's run it, and we will see. So department going to be 1, 2, 3, around 6. Probably the number 6 is going to be our current position. So let's make sure that this is true. Let's make sure that this is the case. And that's something we'll be able to see on the very bottom. Okay, we're not seeing that. Okay, equals, probably the equals is not heading. It equals to a heading department. Oh, we don't have, maybe I have a typo here. No, I don't have typo. Where is my separate? Okay, let's go ahead and do the debug. Okay, so let's see in the debug what's wrong here, because sometimes even I'm doing mistakes, which is absolutely normal. That's why we have a debug. So web element list, okay, the current element, the first one is definitely not a department, so I'm gonna go and skip it. But let me see. Oh, I probably forgot to get the text. Yes, I forgot to get the text. That's the reason. Okay, let's get text. Okay, so now let's run it again. Not a problem. Let's run it again. So let's see, now we should have a list of all the elements, and at the end we should get the position of the element. Okay, in the console. Still don't have it. Oh, we have it. Position number 5. Okay, actually I think it's position number 6, because we started from 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I'll do this. +1. So we're now accurately showing the position in a human readable way. And besides that, we're also going to need to print the column content of the column. So if we got our position right, so now we somehow need to get all the data, all the insurance, compliance, and legal, right? And this is something with the something has to do with position of the column, which is 5, right? So let's see. So we have that rows. So that's gonna be our row, I guess, right? Let's see. I think if we go ahead and try to get the 5th row here, let's just hover over the mouse here and then check in a crop path. Yeah, unfortunately, it's not showing us the different ways. Not the convenient way though. So let's see if we are doing the row group, for example, row group. Okay, so roll, and then here is a roll group. Okay, we have how many of those we have? Oh, we have a lot. So probably we don't need all of them, but only those that have inside those are empty, so we're gonna need to exclude the empty those. So inside of each we have a div, we don't need it, and then div with the or with the position 5. Okay, so that's exactly what we need, right? And also we're gonna need to make sure that the text is present, right? So maybe like that. No, let's see, like that. Yes, perfect. That's our locator. So this is the locator, guys. That's the perfect locator. So driver find elements and by XPath, and that's gonna be our XPath. It's gonna be list of web elements, and web elements list 1 equals okay, and then for inside of another 4 we have another 4, and we have web element in web element list 1. We are doing a system bound println for that kind of web element get text. Okay, so now let's see if we're gonna get our result back. So hopefully it's gonna work. So hopefully gonna have all the text that we were looking for, all the information should be present even with the ID. So ID is 51. Okay, we got 1,400 and 2,000 actions. That's not what we are looking for. Oh, we're actually gonna need to have that 5. Instead of 5, we're gonna need to have that I, but that's not the reason why it didn't work. So let's see what is actually the reason. So I'm gonna do that concatenation here. So let's see if I'm doing like that, right? So if I'm doing like that, it should show, oh, I think instead of 5, I'll need to put 6. Okay, 6. And why do I have 4? Okay, 3 elements matching 6 out of 5. So seems like that's I plus 1. Let's run it again. Let's run it again and make sure that's working now. So there are a lot of things you can do with the XPath, and dynamic, the IDs and positions of the elements. That's one of the things you can do, guys. Okay, so I think current position of the header department equals to 5, and then s equals to 51. Okay, it's actually should be 6. Okay, and here I think there is a problem. So let's do a debug one more time. Let's try to do the debug one more time and see what's gonna be in return. So maybe it's something that gonna help us. So yeah, definitely gonna need to concatenate better. So 51, probably this gonna help to get a 6, and this gonna, oh yeah, that's also 51. That's the reason. So this one gonna go to 51, right? Oh no, it's actually, and yes. So if I do this one, it's gonna be 6. But if I'm doing that, that's a 51. Okay, then I understand. Okay, let's stop it and let's rerun it and let's get what we are looking for. So this is the small fix that converts from the string to numbers. So now we're gonna have number 6 instead of 51. The 51 is definitely not the one that we were looking for. That's for sure. So let's see. Oh yeah, it's 6 and the insurance, compliance, legal, and for some reason we got getting the action. I'm not really sure why we getting that action. So let's see why we getting the action, because there should be 3 elements, not the 4. So let's do it last time the debug and let's see why we getting the actions. This one, it shouldn't be there. Shouldn't be there for sure. So let's make sure we are doing everything correctly. Let's see how many elements we got. The 3 elements so far. We have a console, and let's do this one. That's the first one. Okay, perfect. That's the second one. It's perfect. That's the third one. Legal, right? And we getting back, and we printing the last I see the last column, right? So probably that's expected, so we don't need to worry about that. That's the solution, right? You can implement it with separating a few methods for example, a method that would return a position separately, then the method that would return you the values, the test data from that column by the position of the column. You can do that. Might work not that fast as the solution that is over here. However, it's always better to try different things. If you guys come up with your own solution with the different algorithm, that's not a problem. So the algorithm that you guys can see here, that's probably one of the fastest, but it's not a nice, it's not my favorite. However, it's the fastest one to implement. Thank you very much.